Lunchbox opens on June 30th, 2018 at Disney's Hollywood Studios, part of Toy Story Land. Let's go over what you can eat. Let's start with breakfast. Let's start with the S'mores French Toast Breakfast Sandwich. This is basically a French toast stuffed with marshmallow and chocolate ganache. There's graham cracker crust crumbles on top. Basically, it's a French toast you can eat with your hand. Of course, you're going to get the graham crumbles all over you. Then we get to a turkey breakfast sandwich. This is a turkey, egg, Swiss, peppers, and onions on sourdough sandwich. There's a turkey sandwich served later on, but it doesn't include the peppers and onions. I guess that's the breakfast touch. And the third major item is a breakfast bowl. This is basically scrambled eggs, potato barrels, which are basically tater tots, but they're calling it potato barrels because barrels of monkeys and our Green Army men come out of a barrel and all these things. And it's topped with brisket, country gravy, and scrambled eggs with little chives on top. That completes the breakfast stuff. That you can also get the parfait and the Pop-Tart that we'll be getting to later also in the morning. For lunch, there's a lot more options. Let's start with the barbecue brisket melt. This is basically a Monterey Jack, cheddar, pickles, barbecue sauce, and brisket, of course, on garlic buttered grilled sourdough. Then we get a Monte Cristo with raspberry jam. Now, this is basically the ham, turkey, Swiss, and raspberry that you get in a Monte Cristo. But, of course, it's not fried, deep fried, and battered all around like the regular Monte Cristo is that you can get at Disneyland and other places. But it's going to be a nice, quick fix substitute for people who hankered it. And then you could probably get raspberry jam on the side to dip it if you need a little more. There's also tachos, which is basically, it's almost like a chili pie. If you've ever had the Frito pie, that's basically Frito corn chips, potato barrels again. These are tater tots with some chili and cheese and some sour cream. So yeah, it's basically like the equivalent of the Frito pie you can get at carnivals and other places. Then we get to some of the sides, and let's start with, you have a choice of sides. You can go with potato barrels, of course, and there's also a macaroni salad with some vegetables, infused vegetables, and then you get tomato basil, which seems to be the exact tomato basil soup that they used to serve right at Disney's Hollywood Studios, right around where that was, as part of that catering company that was there. And then there's also other lunch things, not pictured here, that they don't have photos. There's a grilled cheese sandwich that's also available for the kids' meal. And the kids' meal also has a turkey sandwich. If you want a smaller version of the turkey sandwich, you can get that there. But then let's get to dessert. And dessert is basically one of two choices. Well, no, technically there's a parfait. There's a banana split yogurt parfait, and there's another parfait that you can actually work with. But the two key things here is the raspberry lunchbox tart and the chocolate-hazelnut lunchbox tart. And yes, it looks exactly like a Pop-Tart, except it's stuffed with raspberry jam in the case of the raspberry one, and basically Nutella. The chocolate hazelnut is Nutella, but I guess it's a generic form of Nutella that they don't want to give out a brand name. And those are your two options, and they're all topped with caramelized bacon. Again, there's someone who's a vegetarian, not a vegan, a vegetarian that does not want bacon. Maybe there's an option to not have it on it, but for now, it looks like they're going to come up topped with crumbled little bacon bits that are caramelized for nice little sweetness. And of course, there's obviously a signature drink, and yes, you will pay up for it. There is an assorted fountain beverage Souvenir Alien Sipper, and you can put anything you want in it, any soda. It'll cost you $14.99, so it's not cheap. And if you want to go all out, you want to go for the Mystic Portal Punch. That's the signature drink, which is basically POWERade Mountain Berry Blast, along with some lemon, lime, and tangerine flavors added to it. And again, the Souvenir Sipper Cup, Alien Sipper, has the green, glowing green claw. It's not a movable claw or anything, but it has a straw. You drink through it. But it does come with a little green army man, a little green man, green alien man. So that's it. That is the menu. Oh, there's also, look, how could we forget? There's also ice cream floats. You can have a root beer float or any soda you can have in the form of the float, but they do have Barq's root beer available for that. And of course, there's going to be coffee, smart water, and milk, and all these other things. But that's it. That is the initial Woody's Lunchbox menu, opening June 30th, 2018. Again, it's not cheap. Some of the entree items cost as much as $12.99 for that barbecue brisket melt. The Monte Cristo's $11.49. But most of the rest of the items aren't for $10 or less, commensurate with what you're paying at Disney World when you're having lunch or dinner or breakfast. And that's it. That's Woody's Lunchbox menu. Enjoy. Open soon.